Tom didn't go home that night. He drove instead to a quiet apartment he had rented years ago under a different name, a backup plan. He had always trusted his instincts, and today, they told him that something bigger was going on. He opened his old laptop, one that had never been connected to his home network. It held files from the early days of his company. Back then, Tom had been working on a powerful program, something that could detect patterns in human behavior, even lies. He had called it Mirror Code. He never finished it. The project was shut down after government officials warned him to stop. They said it was too dangerous. Tom obeyed, but secretly, he saved a copy of the code. Now, he was going to use it. He ran Lisa's recent messages through Mirror Code, emails, calls, photos, GPS logs from her phone backups. As the program worked, Tom leaned back in his chair. Outside, the rain kept falling. It reminded him of the moment Anna had warned him, a simple girl in a simple diner. She had told him the truth when no one else dared to. A soft beep brought him back to the screen. Results: 89% chance of active deception. More alerts followed. Lisa had taken out cash in small amounts. She had used hotel Wi-Fi in another town. And she had searched strange terms: signal disruption, low-frequency scanning, and quantum neural sync. Tom frowned. These weren't the kind of things a cheating spouse searched for. They were technical, and not her type of technical. He clicked a folder that had been hidden in her phone backup. Inside it were emails, but not to any normal person. These were encrypted messages sent to something called Relay Node 7. One message had been decrypted by Mirror Code. It said, "Target growing suspicious. If contact is made with civilian, Anna, neutralize immediately." Tom stared at the screen. Neutralize, civilian, Anna. His heartbeat quickened. Why would his wife know? Whoever she really was write something like that? He picked up his phone and called Anna. She answered on the second ring. "Hello? Anna, it's Tom. Are you safe?" There was silence for a moment. "Yes, why?" "I think you're in danger." "What are you talking about?" Tom explained everything. Well, not the Mirror Code part, but enough to let her know something strange was going on. Anna stayed quiet. Then she said, I found something too." "What?" "Today after you left, your wife came back. She didn't see me. She was talking to the same man from before, but something was wrong." His voice didn't match his lips. It was like a delay. And his eyes, what about his eyes? They turned black for a second, like no white, just black. Then normal again. Tom felt a chill go down his back. He had heard of technology that could fake faces. But eyes? Voices? He remembered something. An old file from his company's security department. Years ago, one of the engineers had warned about a strange signal picked up in space, a repeating code. The message looked like data, not language. The signal stopped after 2 weeks. Everyone forgot. But now, Tom couldn't. He said, "Anna, listen to me. Stay away from the diner for a few days. Go somewhere safe. Somewhere no one knows you." "Tom, what's happening?" "I don't know yet. But I think this is more than cheating. I think Lisa might not be human." Anna didn't laugh. She didn't argue. She only said, "Okay." Tom ended the call and stared at the message again. Neutralize immediately. That was no normal affair. That was a threat. He leaned forward, opened a secure file, and began typing. If someone had replaced Lisa. If aliens were using humans to hide. Then Tom was going to find out the truth. And this time, he wasn't just a businessman. He was a hunter. Tom was a quiet man, a millionaire who never acted like one. He didn't wear fancy clothes or drive shiny cars. Most people thought he was just another regular guy. He owned several tech companies, but kept his life simple and low. Every morning, he stopped at the same small diner in a quiet town just outside the city. It was peaceful there. The coffee was always fresh, the food was hot, and the people were kind. That's where he met Anna, a young waitress who worked hard and always smiled. She wasn't the kind who talked too much, but she noticed things. Things most people ignored. Tom always sat at the same booth, ordered the same breakfast, and read the news on his tablet. Anna would refill his coffee without asking. They didn't talk much, but there was quiet respect between them. One rainy Thursday morning, something changed. Anna walked over with his coffee, paused, and looked nervous. "Tom," she said softly, "can I talk to you for a second? It's important." He looked up, surprised. Anna never broke the routine. He nodded and put the tablet down. Anna looked around. The diner was mostly empty. She sat across from him, her hands shaking a little. "I saw your wife yesterday," she said carefully. "She came in here, not with you." Tom raised an eyebrow. "With who?" "A man, not someone I've seen before." They were close, laughing, holding hands. Tom's face stayed calm, but something shifted in his eyes. "I thought maybe." "It was just a friend," Anna continued. "But later, I saw them again outside the diner. They didn't see me. They were kissing in the car." Silence filled the booth. "I'm sorry," Anna said quickly. "I wasn't going to say anything, but you're a good man. You don't deserve that." Tom didn't speak for a few seconds. Then he simply nodded. "Thank you," he said. "That's all I needed to know." Anna opened her mouth, maybe to say more, but Tom was already standing. He left a large tip, larger than usual, and walked out into the rain. Anna sat alone in the booth, unsure if she had done the right thing. Maybe she should have stayed quiet. But something in Tom's eyes told her she had done what was needed. What she didn't know was this. Tom already had doubts about his wife, Lisa. He had noticed her strange behavior. Late-night phone calls, sudden business trips, and now a stranger. Kissing her in a car outside a small-town diner. But what really struck him was who told him. Not a private investigator, not a friend, a waitress. And that meant something, because Tom knew people. He had built companies, managed thousands, and judged character for a living. He saw honesty in Anna's face. So he made a decision. He wouldn't confront Lisa, not yet. Instead, he would find out how deep the lie went. What Tom didn't realize was that this simple warning would not only uncover betrayal, it would drag him into a secret war between powerful humans and an alien intelligence hidden in plain sight. Anna, the quiet waitress, would become the key to everything. Tom drove through the quiet streets as the sun began to rise. Anna sat beside him, holding the mirror lens tightly. The device was small and flat, with one glowing blue light on top. "How does it work?" Anna asked, her voice still shaky. Tom kept his eyes on the road. "It scans brain signals. Human brains have a natural rhythm. The device looks for anything outside of that rhythm. If someone is pretending to be human, this will catch it." Anna looked down at the device. "You really think there are more like Lisa?" Tom nodded. "I'm sure of it now. Lisa was careful, but she made mistakes. And if she's not human, then whoever sent her probably didn't send just one." They stopped near Tom's main house, a large and quiet place behind high trees. From the outside, it looked normal. But Tom had built it with hidden cameras and panic rooms. It was made for safety. And now it might be the only place to find the truth. Tom walked inside first. The house was silent. Too silent. He held up a small sensor. No motion inside. No signs of Lisa. Still, he moved carefully, step by step. Anna stayed near the door. With the mirror lens ready, they checked every room. Nothing. Then, in Lisa's private study, Tom found something strange. A panel behind her bookshelf was open. He had never seen that before. Inside was a small room with no furniture, just a single computer screen glowing in the dark. He stepped in. The screen showed symbols, circles, lines, and moving dots. Not English, not any language he knew. Anna stepped behind him. "What is this?" "I don't know," Tom said. "But this wasn't here a month ago." Suddenly the screen flashed red. Unauthorized presence detected. Then a voice, soft and smooth, came through hidden speakers. "Subject Tom has accessed core data. Begin lockdown." Doors began to close all around the house. Tom grabbed Anna's hand. "Run!" They barely made it out before the main door locked. Tom jumped into the car and drove fast, heart racing. That room wasn't for her work, he said. It was a control center. Anna was breathing hard. "She's watching us," Tom nodded. "And whoever gave her the orders knows we're getting close." They drove to a parking garage near the city where Tom had set up another safe space. This one wasn't connected to his name. Inside was a table, maps, and screens tools Tom used for old business deals, now turned into a war room. Anna placed the mirror lens on the table. Tom said, "There's only one way to be sure now." He turned the scanner on and placed it near her. The light stayed green. "You're human," he said with a smile. Anna laughed nervously. "Thanks, scan yourself." Tom hesitated, then pressed the button and held it near his own head. Green again. Anna let out a sigh. "Okay, so we're real." Tom sat down and looked at the map. "We need to find out where Lisa came from. She wasn't replaced overnight. This had to be planned. There's a pattern." He marked the places where Lisa had visited recently: hotels, meetings, unknown calls. One location repeated: Hollow Ridge, a quiet forest area near the mountains. Lisa had gone there 3 times without telling him. "What's in Hollow Ridge?" Anna asked. Tom looked up. "I don't know. But we're going there." That night, Lisa stood in a dark room, far from the city. She was no longer wearing her human disguise. Her skin was pale gray, her eyes black and hollow. A voice spoke to her from a round device on the table. "Tom has accessed the source." "I will handle him," Lisa said. "Do not fail," the voice replied. "The human must not connect the pieces. If he finds the gate, the entire plan will collapse." Lisa's eyes narrowed. "Then I'll find him first." Far away, Tom packed a drone, a flashlight, and the mirror lens. He looked at Anna. "You still want to come?" Anna smiled a little. "I warned you once. Might as well see how deep this goes." Tom nodded. "Hollow Ridge might be quiet," he said, "but I have a feeling something big is hiding there." Tom didn't sleep that night. His mind raced through old files, secret documents, and strange behavior from Lisa over the last few months. He kept asking himself one question: was Lisa really still human? At 5 a.m., Tom left the apartment. He went straight to one of his old tech labs, a small building in the city, officially closed but still powered. It was a private place where he had once tested experimental devices. He entered through the back and turned on the security systems. Then he opened a locked cabinet and took out a silver case. Inside was something he never finished building. A prototype scanner that could detect electromagnetic changes in the human brain. His team had joked and called it the mirror lens. It wasn't perfect, but it could pick up signals, especially non-human ones. He placed the device in a backpack and left the lab quietly. Meanwhile, Anna stood in her small apartment, packing a bag. She didn't know exactly where to go, but she trusted Tom's warning. He wasn't the type to panic. Just as she zipped her bag shut, she heard a knock on the door. Tap, tap. She froze. Nobody visited her this early. No one even knew where she lived, except her mom and another knock. "Anna," said a voice. "It's me, Lisa." Anna's heart sank. Lisa? How did she know where she lived? "I just want to talk," Lisa said from behind the door. Her voice was calm. Too calm. Anna tiptoed to the kitchen and grabbed a heavy flashlight. "Anna, I know Tom is confused," Lisa continued. "He's been under a lot of stress. You told him lies." Anna didn't reply. "I'm not here to hurt you," Lisa said. "I just want to explain things. Open the door, please." Anna stayed silent, holding her breath. Then she saw something under the door. A shadow, but it didn't move like a normal one. The shape slid across the floor. Thin, sharp, like a wire. No. Anna thought, that's not her. That's not even human. She slowly moved toward the window. Just as she touched the frame, a loud knock hit the door again, but this time it was hard. Boom. Another hit. The door shook. Boom. Anna jumped out the window. She hit the ground hard but didn't stop. She ran. Behind her, the door broke open. Something stepped inside, but it wasn't speaking anymore. It made no sound. Anna ran toward the street, heart pounding, legs burning. Tom got a call. Help, Anna whispered. She found me. I ran. I don't know where to go. Tom spoke fast. Find a crowded place, a mall, a station. Anywhere with people. I'll come to you. Anna reached a gas station and hid behind the vending machine. Her hands trembled as she watched the road. I don't think that was Lisa, she whispered. Her eyes changed again, her skin too, like a mask. I saw something underneath. Tom's voice was steady. Stay there. I'm almost there. He arrived 15 minutes later in a black car, opened the door, and pulled her in. Anna looked shaken, but safe. What was that? She asked. What is she? Tom didn't answer right away. He drove in silence, then finally said, I think she's part of something. Not human. Something using our world to hide. Anna nodded slowly. She looked like Lisa, she talked. Like her, but she wasn't her. Tom opened the backpack, pulled out the mirror lens, and handed it to her. This will tell us who's real and who's not, he said. I'm going to scan her. You're going back? Anna asked in shock. I need answers, Tom said. And if I'm right, Lisa isn't the only one. He looked in the mirror and saw his own face. But in that moment, for the first time in his life, Tom wasn't sure if he was looking at a reflection or a target. The next morning, the sky over Hollow Ridge was covered with dark clouds. Wind rustled through the trees as Tom, Anna, and Reed stood near the metal hatch in the ground. They had returned at dawn, carrying tools, scanners, and a plan. Reed knelt beside the hatch and placed a black device over the center. This is a pulse cracker. It sends a shock into the lock system. If it works, we get 5 minutes before the alarm activates. Tom nodded. And after 5 minutes? We run, Reed said. Anna held the mirror lens, watching for any signs of non-human presence. The blue light blinked softly. Still clear, she said. Reed pressed the button. BZZT. The metal hatch let out a sharp click, then slowly opened. Beneath it was a narrow tunnel with a cold metal ladder going deep underground. Tom went first. Anna followed. Reed came last, sealing the hatch behind them. The tunnel opened into a long hallway made of dark steel. The walls hummed with power. Small blue lights ran across the ceiling like veins. This isn't human tech, Tom said quietly. Reed agreed. No, and it goes deeper. As they walked, Anna noticed strange symbols on the walls. Circles, triangles, and lines that changed color as they passed. She reached out to touch one. Reed stopped her. Don't, he warned. Some of these are sensors. They'll alert the hive. Hive? Anna asked. That's what I call their network, Reed explained. They don't just copy people. They share memory. One knows they all know. At the end of the hallway was a round door. It slid open without a sound. Inside was a chamber filled with floating screens, moving symbols, and 3 tall pods standing upright. One of the pods was empty. Tom stepped closer to the other 2. Inside the second pod was Lisa. She floated in a clear gel, her eyes closed, wires connected to her skin. That's not a copy, Tom said. That's the real her. Anna stepped forward in shock. You mean your real wife has been in there the whole time? Yes, Tom said slowly. The one I lived with was a fake. Reed walked to a nearby console and tapped the screen. This is how they do it. They take the real person, copy their memories, and create a near-perfect version. Why keep the real one alive? Anna asked. To feed the memory copy. Reed said. They want the copy to learn, grow, adapt just like humans do. Tom stared at the pod. We're getting her out. He pressed a button, and the gel began to drain. The pod door opened with a hiss. Lisa fell forward into Tom's arms. She was weak, cold, and confused. Tom? She whispered. Where? Am I? You're safe, Tom said. We found you. Suddenly, a loud alarm echoed through the chamber. Beep, beep. Reed jumped back. They know we're here. We need to go. Anna grabbed Lisa's arm. Can she walk? Barely, Tom said. But we'll carry her if we have to. They turned to run, but the hallway behind them was now full of light. Shapes moved through. It, tall, silent, inhuman. Double quotes, no way out that way. Reed said. Tom looked around. What about the tunnel over there? He pointed to a side passage, half hidden behind machinery. Reed scanned it quickly. It's not on the map. It might be a service exit. It's a risk, Anna said. Tom looked at the blinking red lights. Then at his real wife, barely awake in his arms. We don't have time to choose. They ran down the tunnel. Behind them, the hallway filled with strange voices. Cold, sharp, emotionless. The tunnel was tight, dark, and full of heat. Pipes hissed around them. But after 5 long minutes, they found a hatch at the end. Reed forced it open with a crowbar. Fresh air rushed in. They had made it outside, far down the ridge. Tom laid Lisa on the grass and checked her pulse. She was weak, but alive. Anna looked back at the hatch. What now? Tom stood, looking at the forest, the sky, the world. They've been hiding in shadows, copying us, studying us. But they made one mistake. Anna turned to him. What mistake? Tom's eyes burned with quiet fire. They underestimated humans. The drive to Hollow Ridge was long and quiet. Tom and Anna didn't speak much. The silence wasn't uncomfortable, it was focused. Both knew something important was waiting ahead. The road turned from smooth pavement to rough dirt as they entered. The mountain area. Tall trees stood like silent guards on both sides. The deeper they went, the weaker their phone signals became. Finally, they reached a closed metal gate with a private property, no entry sign. But Tom had already studied the land ownership records. The land was listed under a fake company, one that Lisa had made contact with 3 times. Tom stepped out and cut the chain. Anna held the mirror lens tightly and followed him into the woods. After 30 minutes of walking, they found something strange. A metal hatch, half buried under leaves and dirt. Tom brushed off the surface. No markings. No handles. This wasn't built by hunters or campers, he said. It's too clean, too perfect. Anna placed the mirror lens over it. The blue light on the device flickered yellow. What does that mean? She asked. Tom stared at the light. It means something under here isn't human. They backed up and launched a small drone Tom had brought. It hovered over the hatch, scanning the ground. Suddenly, the drone lost signal. Then a deep hum came from the trees. A low, pulsing sound, like a giant machine waking up. Anna grabbed Tom's arm. Something's coming. He turned around and saw them. 2 figures, tall and thin, walking through the woods without sound. Their faces looked human from a distance. But as they got closer, their movements gave them away. Too smooth, too controlled. Their skin seemed to change with the light, like shift-in glass. Tom whispered, "We run, now." They turned and ran downhill, branches snapping behind them. The sound of movement followed fast, inhuman, relentless. Anna tripped. Tom pulled her up just in time. The 2 shapes were almost on them. Then a flash of light burst from behind a tree. Crack! One of the creatures fell back, hit by something invisible. The other one stopped, its head tilting. A man stepped out from behind a rock. He wore a camo jacket and dark goggles. "Follow me if you want to live," he said quickly. Tom didn't hesitate. He grabbed Anna's hand and ran after the stranger. They reached a hidden entrance under a broken log. The man opened a metal door and shoved them inside. It slammed shut behind them with a loud clang. Inside was a small room, full of screens. Machines and maps. The man took off his goggles. "My name's Reed," he said. "I've been watching this place for years." "You're lucky I was nearby." Tom stepped forward. "You know about them?" Reed nodded. "They're not aliens. In flying saucers. They're infiltrators. They replace people. They watch us, test us." Anna asked, "What do they want?" Reed looked serious. "They want Earth, but not in war. They want to take it slowly, quietly, replacing people one by one." Tom said, "My wife, Lisa. She's one of them." Reed nodded again. "Then you've already seen what they're capable of." He walked over to a monitor and showed them a map with red dots. "This forest is one of their landing zones. The hatch you found is a gate. A link between here and somewhere else, maybe space, maybe underground. I don't know. But it's not natural." Tom stepped closer. "We need to get inside." Reed looked at him. "Why?" Tom's eyes were calm but sharp. "Because if they're replacing humans, someone has to fight back, and I don't see anyone else doing it." Anna stepped beside him. "We're with you," Reed smiled, impressed. "Then we better hurry. Because once they know you're here, they won't stop." Tom looked at the screen again, his mind clear. Humans were not perfect, but they were strong. They were clever, and above all, they were free. That was something no machine or copy could ever understand. The forest was quiet now, except for the soft breathing of Lisa lying on the grass. Tom sat beside her, feeling the weight of what had just happened. The real Lisa was back, but she was weak, confused, and far from safe. Anna looked around nervously. "What if they come back? Those things, the copies?" Tom nodded. "They will. But we're not the same people anymore. We have a chance to stop them." Reed pulled out a small tablet and showed a map. "They have many gates like that one. Hidden in cities, forests, even underwater." Tom frowned. "We need a plan. A way to find them all and shut them down." Anna's eyes lit up. "What if we use their own system against them? If they share memory, maybe we can send a virus, something that spreads through their network." Reed shook his head. "It's not that simple. Their hive is smart. It learns fast." Tom stood up, looking toward the horizon where the sun was rising. "Then we fight smarter." The days that followed were filled with work. Tom's old tech labs became command centers. He and Reed analyzed data, searched for the source of the gates, and created new tools. Anna helped test the mirror lens and learned to spot the subtle signs of the copies. Lisa slowly recovered. Her memories were blurry, but her eyes held determination. One evening, as the team gathered around a screen showing the locations of known gates, Tom spoke. "We have to strike first. The biggest gate is under the city's old subway system. If we destroy it, we cut off their control." Reed looked worried. "It's heavily guarded." Tom smiled faintly. "Good, we'll use that." On the night of the attack, Tom, Anna, Reed, and Lisa moved quietly through underground tunnels. Their weapons were simple pulse guns, Tom designed to disrupt the alien tech without hurting humans. Anna held the mirror lens, scanning for any sign of non-human presence. As they neared the gate, eerie lights flickered on the walls. Shadows moved. Suddenly, a figure stepped out. It was the copy of Lisa, but her eyes glowed faintly blue. "You don't belong here," she said coldly. Tom looked at her and replied, "No, you don't." The copy lunged. Tom fired the pulse gun. The copy froze, then vanished in a burst of light. Anna whispered, "It's like they aren't real." Reed nodded. "Because they aren't, just signals trying to trick us." They moved forward and reached the gate, a massive machine covered with blinking lights and strange symbols. Tom connected a small device to the control panel. It was a virus, a program designed to spread and disable the alien network. As the virus uploaded, alarms screamed. The walls shook. Figures appeared, copies more than before. Lisa stood tall beside Tom. We're not just fighting for us. We're fighting for every person they've tried to replace. The team fired pulse guns, dodging and moving with skill. The virus reached 100%. Lights on the machine blinked red, then went dark. The gate powered down. Silenced. The copies vanished, like shadows in sunlight. Tom looked at Lisa and Anna. We did it, he said. But this is just the beginning, Reed warned. There are more gates, more copies. They will come back. Tom nodded. Then we'll be ready. He looked around at his team, a waitress, a hunter, and his real wife. Humans were stronger than they knew. They were fighters, and they never gave up.